Hello, all my pog champs, all my cool cats and kittens. Hello, Khajiit welcomes you back to the stream. I have drama if you have coin. Yes, Khajiit has many stories to tell underneath the Christmas tree. I like to sit here next to the houses. I don't know why I was cat maxing, okay? You know, I was looking at cat shorts on YouTube, and then I took a nap. Meow. I do be licking myself for a crumb of moon sugar. Your librarian welcomes you, Diesel. It's been a minute, Louis. It's been a minute since I've seen you in chat. What's been up? Have you been doing things? Have you been other places? What is up, my Noir? I saw a fucking I don't know if it's a mod or not. I think they posted it in the OpBlock server. I saw it in my recommended. But it was like a Skyrim mod, but it's like the ooh ee ah cat. I want to download the Dagoth mod. I know I have like an anti-AI stance, but I really just find the joke funny, and so, you know, I'm sorry. Speaking of, dude, I've been reading through some of those watching some of those Sora AI videos. Okay, because I heard that they're banning the use of Martin Luther King on Sora AI. Working third shift, my man. I do have cat ears for the VTuber model. I'm gonna be working with Mishi to get like some updates to the model. I don't know if we're gonna redo the rigging, but I'm thinking of picking up a iPhone with LiDAR, so that way I get like better tracking and it stops like doing the whole like tweaking eye thing. So I am thinking about other things to like improve that. I want to do a whole revamp for the channel in 2026. Just a lot of that stuff. The Tech Bros seething right now. It was really funny. I'll see if I could find it. Okay, for pre-stream. Let me find this. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? But I went, so what you do is you go on Twitter, aka X to Everything app, and then you sort by top in search, and you just see what like all the slop merchants are selling in this week's grift, right? And it was like one account where it was like posting AI versions of No King's Day protests, which I would have gone, by the way. I would have been an active participant in the rights of Americans to protest, but I was working. You know how it is. But they were like posting like AI woke liberal complains about there being a ceasefire in Gaza. And it was like a little twee liberal, and the liberal was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I am going to have to get a job now because I can't beg for money about Palestinians. It was like inventing a guy, and you just know that the posting hours on that account line up with New Delhi, India. Okay. But yeah, they had to by the way, they went to introduce a statement, OpenAI's newsroom. Okay. But I'll just play this video because it just gives you a really good idea of what's going on.
But I have a dream that one day that ceiling device in my house would stop making those fucking beeping noises.
I didn't want to laugh a second time. I wanted to sit here and wag my finger about how offensive that is. But it was really funny, and I know it's AI, and I don't approve of this, and this is very clearly bad for the world. But that was really funny. Dude, I saw the president posted a video of him getting into a fighter jet and then like dropping poop on dropping poop on No King's Day protesters, and I can't tell if that was real or not. But yeah, so they had to ban Martin Luther King, but basically the entire site is filled with these things that are like breaking rules. I don't know why Martin Luther King is where we draw the line, but for some reason there's been constant videos of like Jake Paul in a dress, Jake Paul coming out as gay, Sneeko coming out as gay. Here's another one of Martin Luther King that's kind of funny.
I had a dream to be dripping off VVS diamonds. Now I'm flexing on Malcolm and I'm shining. 500K on the wrist, 60K in my mouth. I brush with Windex, gang.
I brush with Windex, gang. That got me too, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of iced out.
I'm trying to see what that thing looked like from the back.
I'm trying to see what that thing looked like from the back. Martin Luther, no!
Please do a Trump impression of what Trump is thinking while typing out that AI prompt.
God damn it, we didn't even make it 15 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna show them. I'm not letting the liberals get away with this. I'm gonna type me, Donald Trump, looking cool. In plane, over protest, and then the plane drops poop. We're gonna drop poop on them in this TikTok. Look at me flying in there. Look at that, I'm dropping poop on them. I keep seeing all the wrestling ones. It is real. This is really horrifying. Like literally 0% of them are like good for society. Okay. And also when I was watching these, I'm like, wow, these are really good. Like we are actually like Kojima was right. There's a few other things too. I could go on like a few rants about it before we get into today's topic. I'll try and keep it to a min because I know fucking some people just can't stand when I go on about this. Like some ranting fucking psychopath. But, dude, it's really fucking annoying where all these people just assume things are AI. And obviously the footage in this stuff is really bad. Like, this is really bad for our understanding of reality. But it's also really annoying because I've been writing a lot of the book, right? Obviously, I have a short form version of the book that has come out. You can go check it out at manapotioncoffee.com and then pre-order a copy of the 40-page zine coming out for the book. But one thing that's annoyed me is that people assume certain words are signs of AI, and they could be, which is the problem, or that using an M dash is a sign of an AI. So if you write professionally, or if you read a lot of articles and read a lot of prose, you're gonna fucking see an M dash everywhere. Okay? I was like skimming the internet today and I was like, holy shit, an M dash, an M dash, an M dash, an M dash. And a lot of this stuff predates AI, so it's annoying that like I could want to use the M dash because I like using an M dash, but now I just can't use an M dash. And so I go through my writing, and if I use an M dash, I will change it for a comma or like a semicolon, or I'll break up the sentence. But another word that's like overused by AI is like delve. Right? So if you want to know why AI says the word delve a lot or uses certain very like verbose adjectives sometimes, it's actually because in Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians learn academic English in school, and Nigerians are cheap labor. So the reason that ChatGPT uses the word like delve, for example, is because it was trained on Nigerians who were underpaid for that service. So, and unfortunately, I'm sure there's like some way that I could break that down in a lens of like a race critical theorist, right? But I'll just say like it's very annoying that like certain verbs, adjectives, and nouns are just not allowed to be used. But yeah, this is obviously very bad. This is very bad. This.
Walking, sir.
This is ridiculous. I was networking, that's all.
This is also a really good. If it wasn't for the outfit, that Trump would never wear this outfit.
You've been advised of the charges. Let's not make it harder.
Charges? For talking to some 6s and 7s? I was going to introduce him to Jeff. It's a private island. Big deal.
Watch your...
Start with this.
Not good. Not good. Oh, God, dude. We're so fucking cooked. Some of the videos are really convincing, too, where I'm kind of sitting there and I'm like, I think we're reaching that point. We're in that... Kojima was right, dude. They're literally... Not only was Kojima right about them taking language away from us, okay? Because fucking... You guys remember that 7-minute car ride with what's his face? Mr. Skullface. No, it wasn't Mr. Skullface. It's just Skullface. You remember the 7-minute drive with Skullface, right? And he was ranting to Venom Snake about how words can kill and how destroying somebody's lingua franca can, or their mother tongue can destroy them, and that he was going to get rid of the lingua franca of the world by creating vocal cord parasites to basically control speech and determine how people say and what people talk about, right? Dude, it's literally happening. We're like self-selecting it with the fucking AI and trying to avoid AI, all right? First they come for the M dashes and I said nothing. Then they come for the word delve and I still said nothing. Then they're gonna come for the fucking semicolon and we're all gonna have to figure out what's the new punctuation mark to fill in the sentence. Not only was Metal Gear Solid 2 right,
2 was right again.
dude, I never thought Phantom Pain would have anything relevant to say about society. I found it to be very lackluster in terms of plot, but here we go, where one of the most ridiculous speeches in MGS history ends up having a cultural relevance that's actually pretty interesting and kind of scary. Okay? Soon, Snake, nobody will be allowed to use a comma, and eventually, before you know it, speech will be broken down into nothing but emojis, symbols of what speech truly was, a mere pantomime of the freedom that humans claim to have. It's what the Patriots wanted, Snake. A controlled masses who can't speak out against them. Can Kojima see the future, or is he a time traveler? I don't know, but I did see the clip today where Asmund this is how I'm going to tie this back into the topic of today. I saw the clip today where Asmongold was watching the trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta, and he was like, I just hope when they remake it, they don't make it political. Really? It's really a shame that this is one of the biggest political spokespersons of our day. Anyway, damn it, I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the person. Dude, so in case you were unaware, TwitchCon's been kind of a disaster. Speaking of Twitch streamers. Axis with the 50 gifted. Jesus Christ, you're funding me for the next literal month with that. Holy shit. Literally everybody's getting one. We got Oprah Winfrey in the chat. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. Here, have money. I appreciate it. There's a new icon I've noticed when people get gifted now, too. Axis is targeting chat with a curse. Is this how curses work? This is the opposite. Dude, those Lego blocks are going to be breaking for a long time. An oil baron returns. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I'm waiting to see somebody like who really would not watch me show up in the list of like the people who are gifted a membership, right? Because you don't literally need to be here to be a to get gifted, from what I remember. Bring back the fart reverb. I'd literally not be able to do anything for like the next hour. I'm late, but isn't 1984 about speech getting limited hurts us too? Yes, and Metal Gear Solid 5 to Phantom Pain takes place in 1984. Interesting little thing there. And there's tons of signs around Mother Base about how Big Boss is watching you. I mean, it's not very subtle at all. It's very obvious. Scarlet was gifted a membership. Yeah, I was waiting for that one. I mean, take your pick, man. Take your pick of who would have been gifted the member. Fart reverb was the good old days. I want to update my memberships to be like the people who have insulted me, you know. I'm just lazy and I don't want to go back and look for that stuff. I'd be sad I wasn't selected. That's actually crazy that you weren't selected, Louis. You've been around for a while. But fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, dude. I only know Emiru. Okay, look, my entire perception of who Emiru is, who is like the main subject of tonight's stream. By the way, what happened to her was terrible. Let that be known. I saw the clip and I'm like, wow, that's fucking bad. I don't even know how that happened. Nightmare scenario. Nightmare scenario. Would not wish it on any streamer. I was gonna say my worst enemy, but I'd actually wish a lot worse on my worst enemy, so I'm not gonna say that. But my entire perception of Emiru is dude, she just looks like she should be hanging out with Yang Guifei during the Han Dynasty, bro. Like I've never seen a complexion so pale in my life, dude. All right, she's in the thumbnail on this, and I turned that saturation up, okay? Like it was crazy. I was surprised to learn that she never bound her feet, dude. Like I've never seen, she is so fucking pale. I wasn't selected either, which is why I just renewed my membership even though I'm currently furloughed. Dude, we're entering week 4 of the government shutdown, by the way. I don't think we're good. I think this is going to be the longest one we've got, guys. I've got to say it. She's wearing makeup, to be fair. Yeah, I figured it was makeup, dude. I'm not going to lie. I got a little insecure about my complexion when I saw how, like, pale and smooth her complexion was. Yes, I, as a man, got insecure about my complexion, okay? And I am going to moisturize tonight, all right? Because I realize that I am at a severe complexion deficit, all right? Last one was 35 days. I think we're going to hit 42. That's my prediction. Hear me right now. I think we will hit 42. This isn't going to get solved until right by Thanksgiving. That's my prediction. Right? They'll settle. They'll start capitulating by the holiday. Because it's going to affect air traffic too much. Okay? Do you not wear sunscreen? 1, I'm brown. So no. 2, I come from a working class family. So I just go outside and then hope for the best. 3, I'm a man, and we have routinely and historically not taken care of our skin. And I'm trying to make up for lost time. You stop it. No more predictions. The Pope died last time. Emiru is half German, half Chinese. So when I was like trying to like cook up a joke about how pale Emiru is without like the most racially insensitive joke, but then I think I just doubled back around and just said that again anyway. Okay. I will get to the main topic. I do have to tell this story though, right? So I recently went to like a game developers meetup. I'll find a picture. Hold on. Let me find a picture. Where'd you post it, Joe? That's right. The other guy in the question was also named Joe. Let's see. Boom. Let me zoom in on this. Enhance. There we go. Damn it. Zoom in. Okay. So I'm right there. My brother's right there. It was at a barcade. But I was introducing the zine to the public at the time. And it was very fun. During the event, this guy won't see it, which is why I'm talking about this. But during the event, this guy approached us and he's like, I want to executive produce a show like Critical Role. And he's telling us that, and we're like, okay. And so I'm gonna be talking to a guy who owns a movie studio like this week. So I'm like thinking about like being extra PC so that way I could be like, you know. But it was a very like strange occurrence to be like, there's so many things that needed to exist around each other for Critical Role to exist. So it was just crazy. But I do want to go to the studio, so. Diesel, what's your thoughts on Mothership RPG or Lancer RPG? I've tried to get my players to do Lancer, and they're like, that's too complicated.
Wear sunscreen, you toasted marshmallow.
I'll get to it. I mean, at some point. Sunscreen gross, though. I can just cut bits out of me when the sun takes its due. Mally, this is a really weird way to be like, cancer's fine. He might traffic you, though. No, the guy's not going to traffic me. I'm not trafficable, you know? So you're going to lie to end up in a studio? Not very PC of you. I'm not lying about being PC, right? But I'm just I don't know how you can't just listen. I'm sure we're all fucking dorky dweebs here, okay? You can't just make Critical Role, all right? This is going to require like a shit ton of effort from myself and the executive producer.
Flesh for the sun god.
I'm going to try it out, though. We still have to sit down and do a meeting. It could, it could die in the cradle. I'm totally fine for that. I didn't sign anything, though, which is why I'm talking about this right now. But I'm interested enough that I will try it out, and we'll see what happens. It is Guy, the Great Papillion. What the fuck is that? Like, alternate universe Osiris? Not Osiris. papyrus. Anyway, getting on to what happened with Emiru. Last thing, this also happened at TwitchCon. Jack Doherty. If you guys don't know, Jack Doherty is this like annoying fucker. Okay. Diesel, I had a call from my mom, but I need to get paid before Thanksgiving, please and thanks you. On record, I did not say the words cancer is fine. That's on Diesel. I'm not losing my PC credentials over this. That's crazy. Guys, you guys gotta understand. I heard Mally say that she loves racism. Okay, she said that. She said that one time that I was in VC with her. I've never been in VC with her. Don't let her know that. But yes, Jack Doherty is going to say something very bad in this clip. I don't know who the lady is. I think this is Peach Jars, but I also don't know who Peach Jars is. But I think she's like a streamer or something. Okay, I don't know, but...
Faggots. I'm kidding.
Whoa!
But like, my brother's gay. The fuck? I kissed 2 guys at once. How can I be homophobic?
I kissed 2 guys at one. Guy who's made love to men. I've made love to men. How can I hate men? I mean, you can still be gay and homophobic. I don't know.
You don't know anything. You're just a woman.
You can still be homophobic.
Oh, and what are you? Homosexual?
A reasonable human being.
How am I homophobic?
Oh, God, gee.
I love my brother.
I think he's rage baiting here, by the way. I think he's fishing for clip chimps right now, dude. All right, and it's not working. She's just like responding like a normal fucking person.
Not just hear all the slurs you
So
said.
what was? Doesn't mean I'm homophobic. Just because I say faggot, I'm homophobic. Faggot, faggot, faggot.
Okay, Kanye, calm down.
I'm homophobic.
What was reasonable?
And nothing's gonna happen to me. That's the problem. No.
I'm homophobic and nothing is gonna happen to me. Me closing my eyes and remembering a debate that happened in Utah not too long ago. I don't know, Jack Doherty. I wouldn't say things too loud. We live in a new world.
I'm kidding. But listen, like, you know what I mean?
She's walking away.
She walked up and flicked you off.
Yeah, you walked up and flipped me off, bro. You have nothing to say to me. I'm not homophobic. Wait, time out, time out. What if I wasn't homophobic? What else do you have to say to me?
Transphobic, homophobic.
That for sure. None of my family members are.
The way she looked at the camera makes this seem fake. I mean, it's also that she's on Jack's stream anyway. He just walked up to her, assumedly.
Trans, so.
Hairline's receding. That's why the curls are
You
on the
wish,
forehead.
you wish, boy. My dad's 69 and had full head of hair. You wish. Now, give me. I
Weak rage bait, yeah.
need a good comeback. I need something from you. You're full of hate. I need you to have
Name
one
McName
good
celebrates 21
hateful comment on
months
me.
of
Something that makes
membership.
sense. Something that's true. 'Cause I'm
Homophobic
not-
and misogynistic. No one
No,
wants
because you have
him.
nothing to say. You definitely. You have nothing to say.
I pulled this.
You're speechless. What is that? It's a fucking Pokemon card, dog. Like, she's
Little do they know that's hundreds of dollars. Yeah, apparently a bunch of kick streamers go to TwitchCon every year to troll for views because the console wars for streaming platforms is a meta. You know what? Okay, all right. No, real talk. I had a conversation with somebody recently while I was working my shift, and they were asking about like being a what it is being a streamer, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but when you're a streamer, you just become a psychopathic narcissist. I don't know why. If you don't have like an audience that hates you, you just get showered with compliments all the time, and you get every single opinion and take you've ever had revalidated by your audience. So you think you're not only a genius, but that you're beautiful and amazing and you've done nothing wrong. I obviously play into that as like part of the bit. But I definitely can feel like this dark, like the power of the dark side creep in with that, right? It would be so easy to become the most evil person in the world when your audience just compliments you all the time. So when I see like Twitch streamers act out, or kick streamers, or any of these guys, all I could think is like, well, of course they act like that. They had literally nothing but the best things said about them 24/7. The one thing that doing YouTube videos has made of me is incredibly hard to the criticism of the public. Because for some reason, while chat on streams is amazing and compliments me consistently, comments are not that. And they constantly rip me to pieces for dumb shit. Like, I've had people complain about my opinions on, like, everything from tabletop games to world politics. I don't think you're woke enough, but I can't figure out how to woke scold you productively. I think New York woke and California woke is, like, different, you know? NL touches grass, that's key. I think if you're a dad, it works different. Because if you're a loving father, I think you're able to, like, avoid the disease with, like, the mouth of babes keeping you humble, you know? That's how I see it, in my opinion, you know? He really is living the dream, though, NL. You know, he touches grass. His child farms +2s. Like, damn.
Mean things to me.
Oh, it's not even homophobic.
He's like a
and then he just
Hispanic
said,
faggot, bro.
But it's like, that's not a big deal. My brother's gay. I can say faggot.
Me when I got a black friend.
This is a dumb clip you're farming.
I can
Yeah,
say
he's clip farming.
faggot. I can say it. If a word offends you, you can cry about it. You really can. But I can. Does it
One of many clip farms, okay? There we go. FPS Diesel's reaching to make points when the only thing he should be reaching for is his hairline before it's far too gone. That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, look at Beckett. He started a whole cult. Beckett should abuse his hotness more, in my opinion. I don't think touching grass is a save anymore. IRL streamers are some of the worst shitters on the internet. That's different. That's different. It's like you're not touching grass when you're streaming. Touching grass is not touching grass, literally. Touching grass is like you exist within this like in reality, right? You're like in a meta reality otherwise, you know? It's not the same thing. Anyway, let's look at the clip in question. This is kind of fucked up and gross. But yeah. Sweeping for your husband again. Listen, man, I just said he was hot. Very strange that son of rape father or whatever is commenting on this. But yeah, this is definitely fucked up. So Emmy was doing a meet and greet, which was apparently required via her contract with Twitch. And I don't know what it is, but management at Twitch seems really bad. I will say this, YouTube's management seems pretty fucking on game. Like, real talk. They seem very on game. And I think it's very good that VidCon isn't ran by YouTube specifically. It gives them some distance from all the shenanigans that get up there. But there definitely is, like, there's just something... There's something wrong with how Twitch handles a lot of its management. You know, it very much seems ass backwards. But this is a 10-second clip. So Emmy's doing a meet and greet, yada yada. And this fucking weird guy just like walks up, right, from off camera. This guy should go to jail. He should go to prison. That's assault. That motherfucker, and by the way, the fact that this guy didn't instantly get knocked to the floor is insane, okay? Which apparently the reason that happened is because Emmy wasn't allowed to have her security, okay? This motherfucker should be grabbed and taken out. Hands should be on him. It is insane. Whoa. God damn, that's insane. 100% assault. Yes! Yes! Me waiting for the comment reply guy that's like, well, actually. Shocking that no one bloody stopped it. The fact that he just walked through security, okay, and just went up to her is crazy.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff, but in order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours because of people being weird.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting. Oh.
So basically the way that the contracts were made for like the streamers that had like live shows at TwitchCon is that they had to have a meet and greet with it. Is apparently what the tea on the street is, right? And there's actually a bunch of clips of streamers reaffirming that that was the case.
Diesel got pregnant by a futanari. It is quite unsurprising due to his past of futa loving.
You know, I was waiting for Slug to break the tension here. Considering we just all watched the assault clip. I know they banned her one security guard, but honestly, the average big streamer should have like 5 bodyguards. Like, I'm surprised that like, yeah. So from a lot of the discussion that's been going on, apparently Twitch streamers that were big needed to use Twitch's staff. I mean, that could probably be like an insurance thing. I don't know. I don't run a convention, right? You're welcome, boss. Right? Like maybe it's an insurance thing, but also in the same token, it's like, why?
Kevin Z celebrates
Why
20
not?
months of membership. Promo your coffee and shop.
Bro, the amount of time he could have stabbed that girl twice and got it away. That's true too, actually. You bring up a really good point. But I promoted myself earlier, okay? You know, but here, at coffee. Absolute Batman. Why are you Scrappy Doo?
Oh, I'm sorry,
I kept my
Emmy.
meet and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry, Emmy.
I also, that's kind of like a, I don't know. I've never seen a meet and greet set up like that. Dude, absolute Batman got caught lacking, dude. He's yeah, but yeah, you can see he's holding some sort of object in his hand after he gets up. Are these guards Twitch staff or like a third-party security firm? It's probably a third-party security firm. Yeah, I don't trust their claim of ramping up security either. Like when I've been at conventions, the way meet and greets have usually worked is that there's like a humongous lineup, right? And then the person who's running the meet and greet has like their handler. If they're like an artist or performer, they're usually behind a desk. So you can't just like get close to them like that because they're behind something. But if they're not, then the handler's next to them saying, okay, the next person can go. And there's a security guy at the end of the line who's like stopping people from walking forward. So there's like a guy in front to stop them and then a guy also near the guest. So that way they could be security. But it looks like that guy just like walked through the line and walked up. I don't really consider it as much Twitch's fault if it's a third party not doing their job. Yeah, but it was always going to lie at Twitch's feet either way, you know? Because, you know, who doesn't like to dog on Twitch? Twitch streamers will dog on Twitch every day of the week, but will not leave the platform under any circumstances, dude. They will say everything bad about the platform and then continue to stay there, doing nothing but exacerbate the issue. It's okay, Scrappy Doo. I didn't see anything. But they had a rope barricade. I mean, did they? It just kind of seemed like she was out there, dude. I can't imagine. I don't understand that like parasocial nature, dude. I don't understand it because I've never been like that. I've never been so. I'm so constantly disappointed by other creators that I can't possibly have a parasocial relationship with them because they'd always be letting me down. All right. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and the event security were on site and responded to the incident. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they are banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. I'm sorry, but why is the only thing that's happened to the guy that he got banned from Twitch? If they didn't get the guy's name, there's nothing they can do about it. He apparently was allowed to like walk out freely. He wasn't even like escorted, but I don't know how much of a fake news that was. He should have like the police should have arrived. He should have been held there, and then Emiru should have been able to press charges. Because it does sound like law enforcement was involved. They're banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team per our standard protocols. Continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. It's really important to us that our creators enjoy their experience at TwitchCon and feel safe. We regret that their experience was disrupted by this horrible incident. God, all I'm thinking is like, hey, remember that time at TwitchCon where there were rumors that Too Mad was gonna go postal on the event? That's where my mind instantly went. When they found him, he still had his Twitch badge. If I was that wealthy, I would have like I would have security like that guy that the Wellick family has in Mr. Robot. I recently like re-experienced Mr. Robot. By the way, the further that I got into Mr. Robot, the more I was like, again, how is this guy like Pirate Software? He is not like Pirate Software. Also, if you get to season 4 of Mr. Robot, okay, if Pirate Software says that he was the inspiration for Elliot Alderson, that presents a really interesting dichotomy given his like relationship with his dad. Okay, Elliot's relationship with his father has like a insane season 4 twist. Okay, and Pirate Software mentioning that when his dad also worked at Blizzard does nothing but make me go, that seems like a really bad comparison. And also, you worked at Blizzard. They drank breast milk from the fridge and had a Bill Cosby room. Let's see, there was that. Here we go. I think this is the one talking about the security guard. Her favorite security guard or whatever.
I don't think that's true. Okay, maybe I should talk about this, whatever, who cares. I had a security guard 2 years ago where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he like asked multiple times, my guard asked him and the guy wouldn't stop, so he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came, and then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like perma-banned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come. And,
what the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security guard. I can't have him at TwitchCon anymore. I was just
That's
like,
fucked.
okay, like it was so sad because he did like everything.
You know, I feel like if I was an attorney, I could better like have an opinion on this, right? Because what I'm thinking is like, what's the policy for like third-party creator security at like events like this? Because it might be that they are like, you agree when they have a pass to come with the creator that like you can't like touch people or whatever, right? So I'm just wondering like what's the over under on that? Granted, I don't even know how Twitch is gonna manage this kind of shit, dude. I don't know how they manage it. They don't manage it well, that's for sure. I feel like every few months there's some absolutely wackadoo stuff with like Twitch. But you notice how you don't ever hear about drama from guys who just make videos? Like, ain't nobody got a fucking problem with like, and even like the woke video essay guys, okay? Like they barely get any shit. But motherfuckers who are streamers, it's like 1 week we're talking about Hassan shocking a dog. The next week we're talking about somebody getting their hoo-ha out. The next week we're talking about assault. And it's always something up, dude. I always wonder, do streamers brush their teeth first thing when they wake up? I mean, I do. Like, I'd hope all streamers do. I think a lot of streamers are kind of bumming it, dude. I think when you get famous at like 19 and then you're like 25, you're like, damn, I don't know how to cook. I've been ordering DoorDash for 5 years straight. I think a lot of that happens, okay? I don't think it's any surprise that XQC eats as much DoorDash as he does. Diesel drama win. Don't will that into existence, Pinker. I've had enough for this year. But it's true, right? When I was just making videos, nobody gave a fuck about anything. But now that I'm a streamer, there's like somebody has a fuck to give every single moment, dude. When I worked security at a hotel with a rooftop bar, I was also the bouncer on the weekends. I was not allowed to put hands on anyone. Yeah, I've heard that type of stuff before, right? Where it's like you technically, even though you're like a bouncer or like security, you're still not allowed to like touch the person or whatever, right? I'm pretty certain that there's a few more bouncers or security in the chat or former security. So I have a feeling that is the same. And it's probably like an insurance thing or like a legal thing, right? How do they eat so much DoorDash and stay so freaking skinny? Recreational Adderall addiction. They make 6 figures, so the GLP-1 medications are really cheap, comparatively speaking. I mean, now, right? But otherwise, I would have said recreational Adderall addiction. I can't believe Diesel is drinking an energy drink and not Mana Potion coffee. I just didn't want to go through the effort of making coffee or tea right now. I don't even know if it's genes and metabolism, honestly. I will say, since like starting all this, like I've been really busy. So I've lost like fucking like 20 pounds. I'm literally like wasting away, chat. Your son, Falgi, and husband are having enough drama. Yeah, well, it's like every time Beck gets in drama, I get dragged into it as like a secondary party. I have introduced myself into the dramas. I stopped. I mean, the KP stuff I was already covering, so it's not like anything new. But Westside Tyler, I don't wish spending time with Westside Tyler on my worst enemy. They're all skinny fat. Yeah. I work security for my local college I graduated from. It gets mad frustrating when students get in your face. I tend to have to get coaches involved. Damn. Bro, I'm on Vyvanse and I was gaining weight. Can't have anything to do with Adderall. These guys take an obscene level of Adderall, okay? I'm sorry. The level of stimulants that like a professional streamer takes has to be really high. My experiences with it would definitely indicate that that is the case, but I cannot speak for every streamer. Speaking of it, KP, I'm surprised she's on Diorio's radar right now. I don't know, man. Maybe he's just like fucking bored. maybe the constant EHD is killing him, man. You know what? I'm glad that he recognizes that KP's exist, right? I think it scared her a little bit, and I think she needed to be a little scared. Girl needs some humble pie. By the way, I'm like tempted to watch on her video about Judaism, but then I don't want to hear the usual suspects have opinions about that. So, you know. So there is another follow-up from this. What is Adderall? We don't have it in the UK. I mean, Adderall, I don't know if it's like a name brand or the generic brand, but basically it's what you give someone with ADHD to help their condition, basically. It's an amphetamine, yeah. Yeah, it's ADHD stimulant medication. EHD's giving him CTE, so now he has to do KP's comment section. All right, so here's Cinna, who's apparently another streamer. Whoever this lady is, I don't know who these women in their 20s are. Am I supposed to know? I'm sorry, I'm a man with a social network. All right, I don't need to develop parasocial relationships with racially ambiguous women on the internet. Adderall is the name brand? I didn't know that. So seeing some misunderstandings with the Twitch clip of Emmy's show, my team and my contract specifically wanted me to do a show and a meet and greet. When I canceled, we gave a reason due to not be wanting to be in one spot for more than an hour at a time due to security and safety. Okay, so is this like not wanting to be in a spot for more than an hour at a time, like to try and stop stream sniping like stalkers? Is that like the? It probably is. It seems like it's like the reasoning behind why you do this, right? Because I can't really think of another reason. I do know it's a name brand now. Thank you. What's the non-name brand? Can I get the generic? Let's see. More than an hour at a time due to security and safety concerns. We pulled the meet and greet, and my team and I decided to pull out of the show for the exact same reasons because of our contract. Twitch didn't attempt to force me to do the show. However, don't take this as me saying I don't still stand with what I said about safety with what they dropped the ball on. I meant that. You will see me at TwitchCon, and due to me wanting to help support my friends, I will now be attending the show. Wanted to clear this up because I think it's a misunderstanding. I don't want anyone to think I'm being forced. Also, needless to say, please hold that disgusting man in a security to let him walk through accountable. Disgusting and what appeared to be completely preventable. He should have been arrested immediately, and it blows my fucking mind that he wasn't. I mean, that seems silly given the location and stuff are announced and easy to find. Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm like, it doesn't really seem like it would make a difference. I feel like the stalker person, like any stalker, would be able to like pinpoint someone based on location if they're at an event being live. Do you like noodles, legally distinct dish, and not spaghetti human? That's crazy. What show do they do? I don't know. Could you imagine going to a Twitch streamer's live show and it's just you listening to them talk for an hour and it's not really about anything? It's just a yapper. It just seems like a really bad idea to announce that you're going to a convention. Like my understanding and what I would do when I had like YouTuber friends that I hung out with is that we wouldn't say that we were going to an event until we were already there presently. So that way we minimize the chances of like some psychopath like zeroing in on us by having time to like book a plane ticket and all that shit, right? Where it's like, oh, I'm going to do a meet and greet. Okay, 20 minutes notice. You don't even know that I was in California until the time of the meet and greet, right? Basically to keep myself like, you know, as hard to pin down as possible, you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't know where the force thing is, right? I feel like this is kind of being like a game of telephone right now because the Emiru stuff is like, she had a live show. She wanted to do a live show. Her contract stipulates that she needs to do a meet and greet if she wants to do a live show. That's not them forcing her to do a live show and meet and greet. That's her like agreement with them being like legally bound. If you want blank, then you have to do blank, you know? So I don't know if like force is the correct terminology there. I feel like force might be a little bit of a strong word, you know, given the specifics of it. If you don't want to do the meet and greet and Twitch isn't willing to accommodate, then you just drop the show, you know? If it's part of the official event, then they announce it to bring in more people to the convention. Yeah, that's true, right? So that's also part of it. It's a hard needle to thread if you're like a big Twitch streamer, but yeah, I don't know. These are things that I would weigh into an account, but I guess some people just don't have the. Listen, man, if you grow up in a dangerous area, you develop the ability to notice when people are fucking weird. All right. But if you don't grow up around that, you're never going to fucking notice when somebody's looking a little suspicious.
And die. What do we do? Argue with you?
Okay, to be consistent with me being mean, from what little I've seen of Emiru and her friends, none of them have any sort of skill or talent that would make a live show interesting.
Well,
She's
that's
just a
what
cosplayer
I'm
yapper.
thinking. I can't imagine sitting down to watch like any of these shows, dude. Could you imagine like sitting down for like most streamers' shows? It would be boring unless you have like some planned thing. It's not really gonna be interesting because I've been to those things, and I mean 90% of the time it's just talking, you know. You need to like make a live show a little bit more pizzazz, you know, at least a little something. You know, it's theater, baby. You gotta put a little sauce in there, okay? What was Emiru's show? Can I know? Is there a way to look that up? Hold on, let me look that up. Dude, everything is just the fucking like chaos. Let's look up. I'm just gonna look up TwitchCon. There we go, dude. TwitchCon is just filled. 10 years of hype. What to expect? I'm sorry. I feel like TwitchCon is just an excuse to go gamble and get drunk. All right, I don't believe this. I'm of the opinion like you go to a convention to experience like a thing, right? So like VidCon is always like kind of fucking boring as a convention if you've never been, because you just like go into a convention hall and then it's like a bunch of like creator merchandise for 10-year-olds, okay, and then like an empty room and then people talking about being a creator and then that's it. All right, but then like TwitchCon just seems like that, but like a clip farm mall, like a mall for clip farming, you know. Meet your favorite streamers, get pro tips. Like what? I'm gonna go see Glockmaster 4 and he's gonna teach me all the pro tips on OW, dude. Join live Q&As, connect with others who share your passion. I feel like that's like connecting with people who are all equally as obsessed with the creator as me type thing. Like, I can't. Unlock wisdom. I don't. Networking. The networking one is really funny to me. I don't know if you've ever experienced or been to a networking event, but they're the worst fucking thing in the world. Creator networking is like a bunch of folks hang out and then one random glup shitto appears and he tries to get in and everybody immediately is like, so what is wrong with you? Like I've seen that. Okay, it's fucking weird. 90% of the time, nobody is respectful or knows how to have any business acumen at all. You have not entered a place with more dysfunctional individuals than a creator networking event. Okay, I can't even begin to tell you how fucking horrible of an experience that is. Immerse yourself with your favorite things all in one place. Game demos, cosplay, fan art, gear, and super fans just like you. I don't know, man. It's been a few years since I was to PAX East. And PAX East has kind of really fallen off in the last few years. They just don't know how to run the event anymore. I hear good things about PAX Unplugged, but that might just be the culture that I'm around. There are good conventions, but I do not feel that way about most creator-based conventions. Go to event page. See what's happening. Artist Alley, Brick Build, Minecraft, Kappa Cabana Skates. Glitch Theater, Meet and Greets, Unity Guild Lounge. Damn, this shit's expensive in this economy, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god. Damn! This shit's expensive! TwitchCon Block Party, whether you're here for the night or the weekend. Damn, this shit's fucking expensive. All events and activities, sure. XQC and Nightmare Blunt Rotation streamers right there. Drag Showcase, hosted by Trixie Mattel. Okay. That seems kind of fun. I love a good drag show. Community panels, horrifying. Dan Clancy's there. It'll be under Glitch Theater. Okay. Big reveals, wild show, the kind of very specific chaos that only Twitch can serve up. Dude, Twitch stands at a really bad position as a I haven't been to any cons here lately. I did go to a virtual convention that was really good in August. Let's see. Featured streamers. Oh, that's who Cinna is? I've never seen that woman in my life. Why is Extra Emily in a car? Isn't she the lady who like is always breaking the law? She's always like speeding and running red lights. Dude, if I was a traffic officer, I would just hang out and watch Extra Emily streams. Where the fuck? Hold on. Events and activities. Okay, here we go. No, this is just the same page. Can I not get a list of events? Reduce motion. Schedule. Location. And then we'll go to the Glitch Theater. And then the opening ceremony between two queens. I don't know what the fuck any of this is. Okay, a drag show type thing, drag showcase. Let's see. Guys, I gotta be honest. I feel like I'm actually too old to understand what these are. Cons haven't been good since COVID, not gonna lie. Okay, it's not just me. It is that bad. Hype champs, cosplay. What if cosplay, but also Japanese game show? This wacky cosplay contest is coming your way with seasoned cosplayers, Baby No Money, and Emiru. Is this the event in question? I feel like this is the event in question because it would have been yesterday that this happened. So it's like a cosplay thing. Yeah, I guess. Whatever. I mean, I feel like most of the costumes they get like pre-made by much more talented people. I don't think a lot of these folks actually make it. I think they don't make the costumes. I think they just are hot and they get the costumes that way. Roblox Dress to Impress Live!
Found It Is was a cosplay style event with Pnos and Wilnet.
Yeah, I'll also say this stage performance, by the way, guys, is way different than stream performance, right? I can like turn on my streamer brain in social situations to be a much more social yapper and like experience things with people. But it's like a different thing. I hate that millennials are running marketing departments now. Extra Emily's Win It in a Minute. You can't name it Minute to Win It because then you'd get giga sued. They had contestants that cosplayed. Okay. Brandon Sanderson was here, dude. What? Wait, no. It's just an event for the card game that he did. What is it? Dude, I don't understand what this convention's supposed to be. It feels like it's a bunch of different things, right? Like when you go to PAX East, everything's like, here's the game section, here's the tabletop game section. It's both games, you know, it's synergistically aligned. You go to Comic-Con, here's the movie, TV, blah, blah, blah. Here's all the nerd stuff. It just feels like Comic-Con's just nerd convention. But then, like, the anime convention's just like, here's the anime artist alley. Here's the new anime reveals. Here's the manga stuff. Here's the manga library. Here's the anime-themed tabletop games. Streamer brain seems like extrovert brain. Yeah, but it's a little different, because I definitely put on more of a performance. Not tonight, though. I'm kind of tired, so I'm kind of low energy. I'm not going to lie. It's a travesty that Queso isn't at Dress to Impress Live. What the okay, now I'm just curious to see what's going on here, okay? So is this just like the music stage? I feel like I could get a show at one of these conventions if I was like, even if I'm like not that famous, you know? TwitchCon has nothing to do with Twitch other than streamers being there. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why you'd go. I'm not like... Streamer culture I find to be very, like I've said, you know, it's kind of sycophantic. So I'm not like particularly interested in it. Why is Taylor... Okay, I'll... yeah. They need to start calling convention shit like CultureCon, and it's just a catch-all pop culture thing. Dude, they should have a convention for, like, internet fandoms, and they should name it M-Con, and it is completely different from DashCon before, okay? She has, like, a 48-minute version of this on her channel, but I'm not really inclined to watch it, personally.
I don't think that Twitch would have put out...
Is she dressed like that lady who gambles in that anime about gambling, or is that just how she dressed? /serious? Real question.
...an official statement if that clip wasn't posted and going viral?
I would hope. You're like one of the top talent, dude. You're in the 1%. Twitch should definitely have mentioned something either way. I don't think the virality of the clip would have determined their response to the event, but I don't really see a world where it didn't become the talk of the town either.
And even after the fact that
I heard that DashCon was actually good this year, TBH. Dude, I do want to go to some conventions, dude. I'm really upset that I couldn't go to Gen Con. Yeah, fucking geriatric streamer wants to go to the old man tabletop convention. Gen Con would have been sick. What's that convention that's like 24 hours? Like it's open 24 hours. Oh, MagFest. I'd like to go to MagFest. I've heard good things about MagFest, and I fuck with retro games and stuff. Too Many Games is another one I've wanted to go to. What's another one? PAX Unplugged I haven't been to. Eventually. I'm very busy with things right now, but I'm hoping that my schedule will lighten at some point.
Clip was posted and going viral. As far as I know, the other people who had meet and greets today were not reached out to ask if they wanted extra security or if they even wanted to cancel their meet and greet. Like, maybe some people were, but I know for a fact Extra Emily wasn't. My personal manager made sure that she had extra security. No one reached out to her. Don't know about everyone, but I know that for a fact.
Damn, extra security and they still didn't pull through. Somebody's getting fired for that blunder.
Welcome to CumCon. It's sticky here. Also, can we ban Angie?
I only know Bon Me. Who's Bon Angie? I would be horrified to go to like an adult convention, by the way. That sounds like a really horrible experience. You know? That also sounds like it just like a weird time, right? Cuz like the only way I could see, here's what I think when I see a guy go to like a porn convention, right? All I'm thinking is this guy thinks he got play and that he's gonna like give his number to the porn star of his dreams, right? Because that's the only kind of man I could see going there, right? One who's like absolutely fucking mentally ill and is like, I want to see Madam McBigtits and I think I can pull. Right? But in reality, you hover hand at the last minute.
I don't think that Twitch would have put out an official statement if that clip wasn't posted and going viral. And even after the fact that that clip was posted and going viral, as far as I know, the other people who had meet and greets today were not reached out to ask if they wanted extra security.
I don't know what the over-under is on how Twitch should respond to this. I don't want to defend multi-million-dollar corporation, but I don't really know what you're supposed to do in this situation. You can't cancel all meet and greets, right? Because that's part of what people spend money for, right? Could you get extra security or was there extra security? Who knows? You know, I don't know if those things are discussed with other streamers. And I don't know if she knows either. And I'm inclined to not believe her in that all the other streamers weren't asked if they want extra security. I would just assume that Twitch probably just developed extra security that should have been there in the first place. Dude, why the fuck is this like not working? There we go.
Wanted to cancel their meet and greet.
Amazon apparently heading their set of security to Twitch. Dude, I don't know what Amazon's doing. I feel like they're just kind of letting Twitch languish because they want to have the number one spot in the streaming sector. But they're really, I know they're starting to lose ground, right? But what's the whole like rumor on the street that Twitch doesn't turn a profit, right? Like that I don't know how long that's gonna last, dude. Let's see. What else was there? This was I don't look, man. Taylor Lorenz is big air quotes on the journalist there, but I know she's like a professional journalist. I don't know why. America is a high contact society, all right? So the whole mask thing doesn't really flow a lot of the times. I don't necessarily give a fuck, but I could definitely see that the people who don't like Taylor Lorenz as a culture commentary critic having a conniption fit every time Taylor Lorenz appears.
And others. Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emaru, get assaulted by a male fan, and a lot of streamers have...
Yeah, asking Dan Clancy this, I'm sure he's going to give nothing but the best answer.
Especially female streamers have talked about, you know, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
I will say, I will not lie. I would be afraid to meet some of you. And I do have genuine fears and concerns on occasion. But I'm a man, so we don't mention that. But I've definitely had, like, this could happen to me and nobody would care type situations.
Safety of our creators is a top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay, it's very different. You know,
it's also kind of hard to find those guys, okay? They don't necessarily stand out against a sea of compliments. If you have 2,000 people in your chat complimenting you, the one who will act out on something crazy doesn't stand out against the quote-unquote normal people, you know?
Use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff. Well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. You know, we're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy.
The guy who tried to assault Emiru should have just given the Cuomo defense and said he was Italian. Have you guys seen what's been going on with the New York mayoral race? There was a time where I almost did a video essay on Curtis Sliwa because, like, prior to him even getting involved as, like, a mayoral candidate, because the history with that guy is fucking insane. I don't know if you guys know who he is. It's actually really interesting because, like, the whole, like, organization he started is still around, and I have some aunties and uncles who are, like, old as hell, but they still, like, participate as, like, community watch guardian angels. I had totally forgotten about the thing where he got, like, shot at by the Gambino crime family. Or, like, there was a clip of him doing an interview where he's like, Cuomo should not be running in this race. He's out here killing grannies and slapping fannies. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Unk is cooked and chopped, but also based and real, dude. Scarlet Reaper is coming for you. Yeah, I would imagine that if Scarlet Reaper got the chance, he would unironically have me murdered. Okay? But he's also poor, so he's not going to do anything about it because he's trapped where he is because he's poor. Yeah, Sliwa's an actual crazy person, but like in an endearing way. Yeah, that's my entire, like, yeah. Somebody was like, he's like a character in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I agree. What's a TLDR on Taylor Lorenz? She's like one of those like uber giga woke millennials who says things like neurospicy and is like kind of annoying on the internet. And she's gotten into beef with people about like internet drama. She's like an internet drama reporter, but like for mainstream media. And she's gotten shit for her reporting being bad in the past or being biased. And then also she's gotten in shit with like guys like Diorio or Keemstar on the basis of assumed personal politics.
Friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can.
She just kind of seems like a miserably annoying person, in my opinion. I mean, you can be like woke and not be like an annoying asshole, but she definitely embodies that like wealthy silver spoon liberal stereotype that's very off-putting to a lot of working class folk.
Support her. This is just something we have to keep.
She's got the longest COVID.
Identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in now.
Demi had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, you know, it is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, you know, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves.
Yeah, I don't really know why this guy was able to walk through the security line. I don't know what the security protocol was for the meet and greet stuff, but clearly they had like a deficit in how they were managing that specifically. So even if they gave Taylor Lorenz like the tour on how the security is done, security dropped the ball in how it performs. Like that, it just is what it is.
Especially when someone is putting.
Why was this allowed to happen? Society. Yeah, these are really productive questions. It's also not showing what exactly Twitch does in terms of security either. I don't think particularly either one of them is doing an amazing bang up job in this. I just kind of feel like Taylor Lorenz is looking for like the obvious answer, or not even the obvious answer. She's like saying exactly what's expected of her to get the kudos rather than like actually asking questions about like how this was allowed to happen.
Themselves out there, right? And so, you know, we try to work.
Like, why was this man allowed to get through security? What kind of like faultings in the security protocol like happened?
Very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, you know, specifics or details, but
Wait, Dan Clancy dropped the woman and she died? I can't tell if you're joking.
Part of that is working with creators and, you know, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, you know, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there.
Yeah, let's be frank. Dan doesn't actually know. The guy had nothing to do with security, organization, or management. Yeah, she should be talking to like Twitch head of security or like who was actually involved in security. Like she's interviewing the wrong person. You know, like she needs to be doing the journalism air quotes, and talking to the other person
to help them figure out what's right for them.
Wow, that was a big nothing burger. Damn, that was a big nothing burger. Dude, the streamer police has arrived. Twitch is working hard to put streamers' minds at ease as TwitchCon approaches. Oh wait, this was before TwitchCon. Womp womp. Wait, so that means that there was fucking police on site. There was police on site and this guy walked away? What? What does Dan Clancy even do? Nothing. That's the thing. He doesn't do anything. He's just like a old man who's in the CEO chair. Here's apparently the guy walking away. Oh, there's the guy. There's the guy. He walks with the stride. Dude, they're playing Monster Cat right now. You know this is a streaming convention. Wait, so he just walked out and went home, bro. What the? Dude, the internet's like zeroed in on this guy like completely.
Yeah, I got a hashtag give it back. So, seeing meet and greet was pretty cool though. That was fun.
Enemy spotted.
Saw the homies back there. Dude, I can't imagine what Joe's.
Damn, that's crazy. And this motherfucker just walked out. That is actually crazy. Could you imagine that that's a completely different guy in the same outfit? And he's just been ID'd incorrectly? Holy shit. What is this? What is the? I'm not even gonna click on that. This Drama Talk put some ACC thing in there, and I'm not even gonna look at it right now. I'm too busy not paying attention to the ACC tonight. We gotta track this guy down and kiss him. Why would we give him more of what he wants? We gotta track him down and do something. I don't know. I don't know what that something is. Should have worn one of those pairs of novelty glasses and a nose and a mustache. You should have had the Groucho Marx glasses. Someone was mentioning this other thing earlier, since today's kind of just like a chill, like little Sunday stream gabagool. I read about the DoorDash girl before the pre-stream started. DoorDasher said she was sexually assaulted by a customer, but why are people saying she's not a victim? So like, according to this lady, you know what? We'll just watch the video. I think it's still up. It should play.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is not...
What? I can't... All right. This feels a little cartoonish, right? Like, I'm not... Is that like an evil man position to have? Or like, am I not alone in that this is a little like weird, like just something about the delivery here, or like something about like something here is just somewhere, you know?
This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me.
Boy. Gig work doesn't work like that, unfortunately. It's almost like we unearthed a big can of worms with how the gig economy is actually a fucking scam.
And the police are doing nothing! I lost my job! And that was my only way to make money to pay my bills!
Well, that was a little weird. Okay. So, yeah. So, she claims you can put money in DoorDash. I didn't know that money gets held in the DoorDash account, right? So according on, I'm just going to read the article here. In her video, which included an update and a caption, she revealed that her employment at DoorDash was terminated without notice. So basically, she said that she was sexually assaulted while DoorDashing, right? That's basically the whole gist of it. While many would be inclined to side with her on the issue, the response to her posts are divided. Some comments told her to sue the app. Well, this is saying she's not the victim. This feels like an AI-generated article, I'm not going to lie. He should sue you after telling you blah, blah, blah. Get a lawyer. I almost feel bad for you. Why some people are saying she's not a victim. Although she's doubled down on her claims of being sexually assaulted, another user, Dude in a Do-Rag, explained that she was also in the wrong. Okay. We'll click on that now.
Guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open, their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
So like everybody else, when I first saw her video, I was like, whoa, F DoorDash, that's really messed up. However, in her videos, the first one, she claims that DoorDash deactivated her account for no reason after she reported her SA. Now, in her second video, she did say that the customer requested in their specific instructions for the order to be left at their door. When she got there, she saw that the door was wide open and the customer was passed out on his couch. Keyword, passed out on his couch. She then proceeds further and begins to film this customer unconscious in his own home with his pants down. Then she posts the video. She is saying that
I gotta be honest, I don't know how you fall asleep with your penis out and your door open.
he was SA'd. However, what she experienced was not SA. What she experienced was SH, harassment.
SH. All right, guys, sexual assault.
And
I mean,
do
sexual
think
harassment, excuse me.
that we need to be clear on that. But I also think that we need to be clear that two wrongs don't make a right. You did not have the right to film someone while they were passed out unconscious in their own home, which is also the reason why DoorDash deactivated
this is pretty crazy. Wait, what the fuck?
your account. Filming someone while they're unconscious, indecently exposed at that, that's not something that you should be doing and or posting. Let's just be clear on that.
Dude, Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, so we're like predicting what the other guy did in this situation. And what we're saying is that he was jerking it in his own home, gooned and passed out. Totally possible, happens to the best of us, you know, sometimes we tucker ourselves out. And so I think it's crazy that he gooned with the door open to begin with, assumedly. But her claiming that was sexual assault is not, it's just not accurate in any way that she told the story. Jorking it for the neighborhood, yeah. Has she said anything else? She's kind of
Hey guys,
scary,
so
I'm not gonna
DoorDash
lie. This TikTok is silencing my SA story. Okay, all right. I don't want to be that guy, but you've got like 1 million+ views on these.
You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned.
Okay, you know what? Nope, I am beginning to think that this lady is kind of nuts. Something about her seems very performative. I'm sorry, I don't want to do the rape review right now, and I'm woke, but this is not, something's not right here.
Because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok.
Okay, girl, God. The energy with this is not right. The energy with this is not right.
So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th,
But that didn't happen. You didn't even say that in the story. You're changing the story. That didn't happen and you said it.
on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police
Oh, what a loss. Yeah, sounds like you should, just don't be on TikTok.
are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done.
Okay, you're at like an 11. Let's bring it to like a 7. Okay?
This is a man's world.
Okay, no. This is clip farming, dude. She's clip farming. Something about this is not right. All right? Something about this is not right. This is clip farming of the highest order, dude.
I'm the victim.
There's something really not right about this energy.
Remember, I'm the victim.
I'm not even saying she wasn't sexually harassed. She clearly, I think I would believe that a man fell asleep with this cock out on his couch and that she saw it. I believe that okay? But you are basically claiming that you're the victim of a rape, and by your own admission, that is literally not what happened.
And they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me for my second story time because that was over.
Whoa! Why does the money keep coming up in conversation? Why does the money keep coming up in conversation?
Over a minute long. They were gonna have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down.
Dude, you guys gotta understand, that was over 2 million views. She would have made 50 cents on that.
Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope.
I need to see what this lady was doing before she like popped off. What was she just doing before this? She has a lot.
Alright, whatever lady, go ahead and post that I hate men tweet and farm those likes.
She wants to be a content creator so bad. Have felt opening most TikTok comments since the January TikTok ban in the US. Let's just see what she's up to. Let's see what this lady posts, like as a normal user.
You do not want to get in trouble out here. This is Trump, everything, and the sheriff lives next door.
Okay, so that's just like a little TikTok. Okay. Everybody was wearing this one pair of
How y'all doing?
I wonder if the man sleeping on the couch will see this. My opinion on blue is the warmest color as a lesbian. Okay, I think we're starting to... Look, I don't want to make assumptions here. But I do know a certain streamer who has quite the conniption with men, who is a lesbian and seems to make it their personality very frequently. I'm not pointing fingers, but I do believe there is somebody that describes himself as an ornery old lesbian that streams and possibly draws. Starting to build a profile here.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
Peter, it's so good. It's like the perfect movie.
This is what everyone always says. Whenever they say, "Oh,
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I mean, you never see Robert Duvall.
No, fine actor. Did not like the movie. Why not? Couldn't get into it.
Explain yourself. What didn't you?
Let's see. Having ADHD works in my favor sometimes. I'm just trying to like figure out what the whole shtick here is, okay?
Like, why the fuck Lady Gaga gonna be on stage in 3 hours? And you still expect people to drop their rent money for the ticket? Like, back in the day, the closer the concert date approached, the cheaper the tickets got. Because they needed to get sold. People were scared to lose their money. They're not anymore. What the hell? In this economy? What's so annoying about the concert experience is in the year 2025, you can't even get your hopes up that the day of the concert, tickets will go back to face value or be significantly cheaper than what...
Doesn't Ticketmaster do like that that pricing that's MSG, like the concert venue?
Scalpers and resellers have been selling them for, you know, out of fear of losing out on the money they spent buying the ticket.
You can even like isn't it that if you like watch to see if the price goes down, they'll raise up and down the price to figure out like what your prices that you'll buy the ticket at to try and competitively get you to purchase the ticket. Isn't that a thing that Ticketmaster does?
First place. It's like you'd assume that if the doors open in 2 hours and your ticket still isn't sold, you'd lower the price. You'd lower the price. You'd lower the price to get it sold. But what's crazy is they double it 2 hours before the doors open.
Yeah, surge
Knowing
pricing.
There's some rich, desperate fuck out there that has to get in. I have to see it. No matter what it takes, they're going to throw down a band. They're going to throw down a band, no problem. Like, it's at the point where you can't even live 6 hours away from the concert and drive there on a whim with the hope or the belief that when you show up, somebody's going to be standing outside the door selling a ticket for face value because they don't want to lose that money. No, because these scalpers are so greedy to the point where if they already sold...
Lady, it ain't even them. It's Ticketmaster, okay?
300 tickets for a 500% markup, them not selling one ticket that they would have gotten $1,000 from is nothing.
Me
They're
when
okay
I
with that.
complain about luxury expenses that I can't make. Yeah, they do the same thing with plane tickets.
Lady Gaga going to be on stage in 3 hours. And you still expect people...
Yeah, this is absolutely a ridiculous problem. It's out of hand.
Okay, so she made a second one, dude. She made a second TikTok about
The doors
this.
open and
She wanted to go to the Lady Gaga concert, but she couldn't afford it, motherfucker.
Hour and a half ago, Lady Gaga hits the stage in...
I think we share too much on the internet. I think it's okay to share less. We can keep things to ourselves sometimes. Chronic oversharer.
Or so. The cheapest ticket is $1,391.
See, now it's up from the last time she made a TikTok.
Do you want to know where that seat is? The very last row.
Who buys a plane ticket last minute other than a movie? Interesting. Hold on. This one, dude, TikTok like tries to load in as if it was on a mobile. I've recently started building a case study on how detrimental it is to exist on the internet as a poor person. This is what the file of an out-of-touch people looks like so far. Crying because all I can think about is buying things. All day long I can think about is what to buy next. But the next day, the same pattern, it never stops. Okay, why is she like, maybe that person has like a problem or something. Why are you putting her on blast? It doesn't mean she's being somebody who spends frequently doesn't mean you have money, right? That doesn't mean you have money at all.
Sure that people with less are like happier, so we're doing that now.
Where are the plastics?
13 royalty.
That one there, that's Karen Smith.
I got bored, so let's go on.
It's like, I feel like she just like looked up like things to make her mad and then made a TikTok about it. Is it normal for everyone to have another house like 2 hours away where you guys are from, or is having a cabin just a thing here? I can't tell how much of the internet is rage bait versus like genuine posting, but like I feel like this lady is falling for rage bait. Y'all weird ones dressed down and got it all capable of getting shit done. Some of y'all were just overly broke and couldn't afford it, because if you could afford, y'all would.
I think I've been on more planes than cars this year alone.
Okay. We bought everything from Spirit Halloween. Why you putting Jake Weber on blast, bro? If a motherfucker goes to buy some Halloween shit, you got a fucking problem with it. What are we doing, dude? Yeah, a rich guy spent $1,000 on Louis Vuitton makeup and then he gave an opinion on it. What is the problem? All right. Like you're like, I don't even like, you're getting like angry over like nothing.
What do you prefer, men or women?
So I'm a boss.
Okay.
You know, so for me it's like when you're a boss, you
Or men or women?
So like, are you speaking for yourself? Like, I'm 22 and I've had 9 different jobs since I was 16. You know, I've done this thing called seasonal work. I've basically had a lot of careers. Like, I don't... What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Padding the resume ass TikTok, dude.
Keep the money flipping, it's all right, no Ubering in and out of prison.
How DoorDashers feel dropping off somebody's fast food order just so we can pay for our own fast food meal with that money. Me when work. You mean I have to work for a living, dude? You mean that I have to put the fries in the bag to pay my bills? God forbid. God forbid I have to work retail to buy something from a retail store. Have you tried going to a supermarket? It's actually more fiscally responsible to buy your own food at a supermarket and cook it yourself. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Dude, she's doing digital blackface. I feel like this is just a young person clip farming. I don't... I don't... Something about her story definitely does seem suspicious. I'm not gonna front.
SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my 3rd time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore.
So you film. So to be clear, this person was unconscious. Okay? The individual in question was unconscious.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah.
And then you filmed them. You kept it.
Reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days.
Well, you
They didn't
sure
even
as
provide
fucking
me
getting it back now.
a reason for my
Good luck getting a
deactivation.
job
They
for
were supposed to send an
Uber.
email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my...
DoorDash made a post and claimed the reason you were deactivated was for recording the inside of the home for violating policy.
assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time, and this is the only justice I'm getting.
Listen, guys, she's 22. She's a 22-year-old minor.
Because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing.
So you walked into the police station and said, I have been sexually assaulted. And then you said, here's the video of that. And it was a guy asleep on the couch with his penis out. I'm not even, like, yeah, okay, it was uncomfortable, sure. But, like, brother, of course they weren't going to respond to that.
So what? So what? You're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up.
You know, the thing is that this lady is going to, like, farm in these clips. And then she's going to go back to, like, nothing. And it's not going to matter at all. And all she's going to do is, like, ruin her job prospects at the age of 22.
Better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing
You
nothing to help
didn't
me.
get assaulted, dude. What the fuck?
So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice
I feel like this is this like the Kendra stuff where this is like a lady with AI psychosis? This is like when Kendra was talking to Chat, okay? And Chat was telling her everything. Yeah, I would think it's weird, but if I'm just dropping off food at the door, I do that and go tell the company. Yeah, it's like she did that. It sounds like she walked into the home.
getting is exposed.
And I also think it's fucking insane to fall asleep with your pants down and your door open. I feel like I can't goon unless I like set the scene, you know? So that is weird. I'm not even gonna say it's not, but like she's claiming it's something else entirely.
Using this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or
Now
where he,
people
you know what
now
I'm
he
saying?
can live
Like,
with shame and embarrassment. Oh, okay, calm down, Inquisitor. Jesus Christ.
The one being punished. He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like,
why would he? I'm sorry. You're like lose his job? Why should he lose his job for this? I'm not saying it's appropriate, but like
what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired?
what if he was really drunk when he got home? Yeah, well, like well, hell, you know what? That man's life should be ruined.
Why are my videos getting taken down and why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my
I feel
job.
like you're really
I'm
reaching.
the victim.
I feel like you
Right?
really are like trying to be something right now. Dude, we can't have anything without it being commodified. They've done gentrified the SA victim, man. I mean, I've ordered DoorDash while intoxicated and passed out before. I've ordered DoorDash while intoxicated and basically not made it to the door. You know, where it's like you just fall over and then they just leave it outside because they're not going to wait any longer.
Hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025.
Also, it kind of looks like she's like, okay, I don't know how you be 22 and have your own apartment. How does that even happen? Not to be that guy, but like the economy is really bad right now. So how do you have your own space? I would like to know how that works. Because I don't. and I want to know how you're so privileged to have that.
But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support.
This is
and
actually
allyship
crazy,
that you've
dude. I
shown
think
me.
social media
It's
was really
really making
bad.
me
I know I make my money from it, but like there's some intoxicating, like dark aura that emanates from it. Student housing. I don't know, man. It looks pretty sauced. Like it looks pretty sauced.
feel so validated and seen and heard, and that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to
An apartment on DoorDash income. Yeah, that's why I'm like,
So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going
yeah, okay. Now you're not because you keep talking over yourself and fucking up.
to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before.
You know, man, I'm sorry, but gig work can't be your main income source. We gotta stop, like, these jobs, like, these businesses operate trying to sell you that idea where it's like, you can work your own schedule and make your own money. They're lying to you. They have sold a lie to the public that they could do these things, and you are working for below minimum wage, participating in these services. I understand the job market is hard, but you need to look for jobs elsewhere, not through DoorDash, Uber, or Uber Eats, or any of those things, because they are basically making out as bandits while you end up footing the bill. All right? You are spending more money on gas. You are spending an obscene amount maintaining your car. You are not making money doing DoorDash. Okay? Like, they know that, and they abuse that in order to make their money. All right? So don't do it if you don't have to. I understand if the going gets tough, yeah, but like, it's not going to help you long term.
For you guys, I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements.
Apparently she posted his name too in her original video, Diesel. She's lucky she's not getting sued.
Made me aware that they made those public statements, knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email.
Jobs do exist, but be prepared to go through months-long humiliation ritual to get one. I have heard some of the stories from some of my mods who were like either in between careers or like dealing with shit like that. It is not good. The job market is very bad right now, okay? But these, like DoorDash and Uber Eats and Uber, they look to abuse the systems that be, okay? The gig work economy is fucking highway robbery to the people who participate in it. Trust me, I love DoorDash though, but like it just is.
Once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they
the whole
sent
be
me
your own boss is literally how MLMs survive, and gig work pays just about as much as selling cheap ass leggings to your high school friends. Yep.
the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated. I'm just letting you know
Well, it's like you were never going to get your account back if you were like smearing DoorDash publicly and they needed to make a public statement on you. It's like, what were you doing? You were like, I want my DoorDash job back, while also
that
saying
saw
you
their
hate
public
DoorDash.
statements and made me aware that they made those public statements, knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email.
Who doesn't love hiring a private taxi for your burrito every now and again? Dude, it is so prohibitively expensive to get any food delivery now, okay? A local pizza joint will do it for cheaper, all right? And just picking it up is still cheaper if you just pick up your food yourself.
At the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal And about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal, they finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So
It's not even like you're being fired too, right? Is it even like you get fired from DoorDash? Because I feel like if you're fired from Uber, it's not being fired from Uber. Like your account's just deactivated. That's like if YouTube deactivated my YouTube account and I said I was fired from YouTube. Like, no, motherfucker, you weren't fired from YouTube.
Of the world. We all found out why I lost my job together. That's the update.
Okay, well, you're going to run out of posts about this eventually. So, what are you going to do then? Wasn't it because she recorded the guy after entering his home? Yeah, that seems to be the case. I use DoorDash, but I go pick up the food only when the restaurant doesn't do online ordering. I'm the same way. Yeah, and I do the thing that the local pizza shops do if they allow a 5% discount. The only time I order Uber Eats or DoorDash is if I'm like literally the only time I've done it in the last like 2 years. Yeah, literally two years is when I'm working a shift and I can't leave. So like I need to just do it because I don't have another option and things will be closed by the time I can get food. Well, that was a nice little aside. Nothing like a little rape review to finish the evening off strong, huh? Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, Pookie Bears, with another gamer moment. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do next time, but we'll figure it out.